Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be improvising a story here called the Blackstone Chronicles. Now, we've had 3 suggestions sent in by Victoria, who gave us some 3 suggestions. And our suggestions that we're going to be improvising this sort of brief story from are having a bath. Now, we're in Roman Britain, so I'm going to assume that's a sort of communal bath in a Roman bathing house, or bathing house if you prefer. We also have a draining board, so we can see how we can fit that in somewhere. And we have a title, which is The Return to Blackstone. So, we find ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, in Roman Britain. We are in a small village called Blackstone. And over at the stables, the farrier is getting ready to put a shoe on one of the horses.
Now, hold still. This won't hurt much. Don't look at me like that. Oh, horses.
Have you finished with my horse yet?
Yes.
I have to go and greet my son returning from the wars today, and I expect it to be ready.
He will be ready, sir. He will be. You will be ready, won't you? See, he'll be ready.
Good. I expect a famous soldier returning from battle in Germany, and I expect a proper welcome for him when he returns.
Well, you've got to expect something, I suppose.
What was that?
Nothing at all.
I hope you're all suitably proud of what my son has done conquering those barbarians.
You mean sleeping with lots of women? I mean, of course, sir.
Yes, absolutely. Well, he didn't feel like it must keep us safe, you know. If it wasn't for him, the Germans would be over here invading our territory.
Yes, they would. Yes. Right, if you don't mind, sir, I need to get back to getting this shoe on the horse.
Absolutely, I'll be back in a few hours.
Okay, come along, Dumpling. Let's get this sorted.
And with the confusingly named horse Dumpling trotting off into the sunset with the farrier, we find ourselves going now towards the Forum in Blackstone, where a major debate is taking place amongst the townspeople.
Now, what you don't see is this. I have nothing. That is the issue here.
Well, as someone who is far more cultured, I have a few GCSEs under my belt. I think we should have a town anthem.
A very, very good idea. Yes. So what our town needs is a little bit of national pride to keep it going. So,
I don't like music.
We will have no instruments then. We will do it all in a plain song.
A cappella, you mean?
Yes, I did.
Jolly good. Well, how should we start this magnificent chant then? What would you suggest?
Yes.
with a cough?
No.
People won't like that. They'll think there's germs going
Look,
on.
It makes us seem vulnerable and thus.
I just suggested the idea. I didn't necessarily say I had the song already written.
Okay, well, let's think about it. We need what's famous about Blackstone that could go into such a song? What's?
Well, obviously the Black Stone.
Well, yes, but isn't that kind of implicit in the whole thing? Well, okay, well, what's exciting about the Blackstone?
Well, the Black Stone we can burn to smelt for iron.
Well, we used to be able to until it got stolen. What was it, 20 years ago now?
Yeah, tragic. And now we have no more iron anymore because we can't smelt. What a village.
I remember the Iron Age.
You would.
Yeah, I do. It was all shiny and nice. That was before it was stolen.
Yes. Anyway, we should probably get. I'll come back later and I'll have the song ready.
I look forward to that.
Yes, here.
Good day, Forum people.
You know, we really should do something about that theft. It was 20 years and all we've done is sat around and talked about songs we might sing. Maybe we should take some kind of action.
We weren't voted to take action, Clive.
This is not a democracy. Roman Britain was never a democracy. Look, what we need is some decisive, firm leadership. Now, who do we think stole it?
The horse? Rather stoic.
Maybe a horse. It might be that man who arrived in the village 20 years ago and disappeared 2 days later with a big lump under his cloak.
Don't be ridiculous, man. We had a full investigation of that. You just had a sack of potatoes.
Oh.
That's what he told us, and we have no reason to doubt his story.
Okay. We should call the guards. They might be able to help us. You know what they're like.
Absolutely. Well, we'll bring them in. Bring them in.
Call the guard.
Call the guard.
Call the guard.
Stop!
Right. You were on duty there, weren't you, 20 years ago, and that stone was stolen?
Yes, sir.
Well, what do you remember seeing?
I remember seeing a man who had come into town 2 days before, and he was leaving, and, when he arrived, he was stood straight. When he left, he was hunched. He said he had a sack of potatoes, which at the time I was a bit thought was very strange, as we were in the middle of a potato famine of '93. But I could be very wrong about that.
Well, I'm sure that was just the charming German merchant who was off back home. Nothing we need to worry ourselves about now. Much more, we're thinking about things far too simply here. Now, look. What are the key people who are likely to steal a large lump of rock in our little town?
People who collect large lumps of rock.
The Scots.
Okay, that's two obvious lines of inquiry there.
Well, what about the Romans?
It's three obvious lines of inquiry. Very well, very well. I suggest what we do is we have some kind of investigation where each of you will put forward a case for your particular thief, and we'll see which one is the most convincing.
I'll start, shall I?
Off you go. So your assertion is it was stolen by a man who collects rocks.
Yes, I think a man who collects rock would like our piece of rock because it was a nice piece of rock. Yes, nice piece of rock. No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, they're rife, rock collectors.
I think you should sit down for a moment and let me take it.
Oh, goodness.
The Scots. Uneducated fiends. And to the point where we, as people, need to stand up to them. We had a wall built. Then it got knocked down. We need to rebuild it. They will steal anything from us. They will steal our women. They will steal our horse. They will steal our Blackstone.
Thank you, Winston. Finally, option number 3.
Well, the Romans, they build things out of stone. And there was lots of erections of buildings recently, 20 years ago as well. Especially the wall that separates the land of the Picts from the rest of Roman Britain. So probably it was used in that. Isn't that obvious?
Yes, absolutely obvious. Okay, so your assertion is our stone is large enough to build an entire wall separating us from the Picts.
It's all part of the wall, isn't it? It's just another brick in the wall.
I just had a thought. Somebody suggested that it might have been German barbarians who stole it. Now, didn't Publius's son go to Germany in the army? What, do you think that's connected at all?
Look, I've been through this. The German man who carried a large rock out of town 20 years ago on the night it was stolen has nothing to do with it. That's utterly absurd. Now let's focus on more logical solutions.
I'm still subscribing to the rock thief, or a very large bird who.
Oh, now that's a good idea.
A large bird who wanted to make a nest out of rock because it doesn't fall apart quite so easily as one made of sticks and mud.
You're all ridiculous. I'm going to the wall. I'm going to come back and have this stone. This is just ludicrous.
Ladies and gentlemen,
goodbye.
Oh. Okay. Well, that leaves just us there. Well, yes.
Okay, we need to solve this once and for all. What we will do, we'll have a meeting in the town square this evening. All the 400 people in the village with their various different voices and personalities will come, and we will have a debate and a vote on this matter and decide once and for all.
I feel we should do one thing, though.
Nah.
There should be no women at this meeting. We should only invite the men. Then there's only 200 people.
I disagree. I think equality regulations passed down from Rome say we have to have some women there.
Absolutely. Women, Scotsmen,
No
Frenchmen,
Scotsmen.
Germans, everyone will be there and it will be a glorious meeting. Now,
people will come from all over the empire. All over the empire.
absolutely. They'll all be here by this evening.
We shall summon them. Right. And so we leave the forum and we return to the stable, where the farrier has now finished fitting the horse. and the governor has returned to collect it.
Oh, that took far too long.
Was it finally done?
Yes, it's done, sir.
Excellent, jolly good. Well, me and my wife will have to be off then, shan't we? Say, dear, how much are you looking forward to having our son home again?
Oh, it's going to be delightful.
Okay, thank you, old crone man who serves us. Now maybe my wife could actually answer my question.
But sir, you seem to have forgotten that your wife is mute and communicates with the old crone woman, man.
Brilliant. I can't believe I'd forgotten that fact after so many years of marriage. Thank you for pointing it out.
See, even the horse knew.
Okay, well, old crone woman translating for my wife, how much do you think she is looking forward to having our son home again?
She seems quite delighted indeed, sir. She's very happy about it. She wants to make a souffle to celebrate.
Do you remember the last time we saw him all those years ago? His full regalia, Gladius and Gladiola by his side, striding majestically across the landscape. So proud of him.
Was that at his leaving do?
Yes, weren't you there?
No, it was my week off. That's why it was quiet in the house that week.
That was a joyful week. She looked so anxious, but she could never say a word. Just me and the horse together.
Sir, I feel I should not interrupt your train of thought.
Where's your accent gone, man?
I've never had an accent. I've always been northern-ish. Should you not go and take the horse and go meet your son?
Absolutely, yes. Goodbye, loathsome farrier. Goodbye, deeply unnerving crone. Goodbye, mute woman. I shall return with my son.
And so, as the horse with at least 6 legs proceeds off with the governor, we return, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we come back to the forum, where from all 4 corners of the world, people have gathered to debate the issue of the day.
I really don't know why we were even brought here in the first place. This is a ridiculous meeting.
Hey, to be sure.
Surely someone should do something about
I
this.
don't understand why this is happening. It's really not acceptable.
I don't know what's going on.
What are we talking about again?
We're talking about the stone that got stolen.
Oh, the stolen stone. Yes.
I'll be honest, I can't remember seeing the stone in the first place.
Oh no, it definitely existed. It was planted there by the gods many generations ago. Before living memory,
Yeah, but-
unless you're very old.
Who is the gods?
Now we come to the theology of the problem. I believe it was the Roman gods. They planted it, and then they left. There are no other gods but the Roman gods.
I thought there weren't any Roman gods.
There were. There are hundreds of gods, like Hestia, the goddess of
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for coming. I'm glad to see our Foghorn Appreciation team is still going strong, renowned throughout the Empire. Right, what we need to do is solve this once and for all. So I've gathered you here. So anyone who has any information can give it to us and fill us in on what might have happened many years ago.
Well, I cannot say much, but I feel, as a person who represents the people, that someone should check everywhere.
Since when does the farrier represent the people?
I don't know. Leave me
Oh.
alone.
I remember many years ago, there was in fact a dip in the ground, which we all used to bathe in a communal bathing.
Oh, yes,
And-
I remember that.
Yeah, the good old days of coarse nudity.
And I seem to remember that 20 years ago, our neighbouring village was quite annoyed by this. And they prayed to whatever gods. We could have that discussion later. But what the issue is, they prayed to their god, and their god put that stone in our communal bathing hole, and then someone stole the Blackstone, which lined the communal bathing area, so that the water didn't wash out in case we ever managed to move the stone. So it was like a double guarantee, if you will, on us being very unclean for the rest.
They not only
of
stole our
lives.
stone, they stole our hygiene at the same time.
Yes.
Dear, what a terrible thought. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think the time has come at this meeting to have a rendition of our new national anthem. Promised to us earlier.
Why is it
Why does it cough again?
I don't know, but we'll join in at the chorus.
Our town of Blackstone, be thou in the vale, has sheltered us and all our ancestors throughout all age.
Hail to thee, O Blackstone!
In our town of Blackstone, 4 horses all have lots of shoes.
Hail to thee, O Blackstone! Wherein our bodies lie in life and in death, finding themselves comfort in the grave. Hail to thee, O Blackstone!
Now the black stone from our pond is gone, it's like they pulled out the cord. Now we all feel washed up like an old draining board.
Hail to thee, O Blackstone! Our town of Blackstone, be thou in the vale, has sheltered us and our ancestors throughout all age. That is perfect.
So downbeat, somber, and
It's got us
depressing.
down to a T.
That's it. And I mean that cough at the beginning. That's just best thing ever.
I was worried at first, but it works
Yeah.
so well.
And so, with the Blackstone anthem well and truly entrenched in everybody's minds, we return to the governor's house, or we go rather to the governor's house, where he is having a meeting regarding his son's return to the village from Germany.
Right, I want there to be a massive parade down the streets, cavalcades of music and sound. I want him to be so proud he returns. He is a hero, don't you see that?
Yes, we do, Governor.
Yes.
Good, because if I'm not satisfied, by God, there will be hell to pay.
Okay.
You do realise we're just the cleaners, don't you? I mean, we can try. We can sweep the street. I mean, we can make it look nice, but...
I did a fancy dress party once.
Well, okay, so we've got some party arranging experience. That's good. Have you done anything useful? No?
I like polishing things
Okay,
very nicely.
All right, cleaners, away.
Yeah, cleaners, right. See you, my lord. We're going to go and yeah, that's it. That's us off to go and tidy the
Just
street.
15 minutes left till he gets back. I'm so excited.
How did you get
So's
in here,
the
Dumpling?
horse.
Thank you, Dumpling. Much appreciated.
Sir, I've always been meaning to ask, and I've never got round to it, and I would have asked her ladyship, only she don't talk.
Yes, Cronius?
Well, firstly, why is the horse called Dumpling? And secondly, why do you have it in the house? I mean, it's a bit impractical. I mean, it's not a big house.
Yes, well, 2 very, very logical questions there. Well, I bought the horse as essentially a status symbol. It was, as you were, a piece of bling. But it turned out to be incredibly stupid, so it was my dumb bling, or my dumpling. And I keep it in the house, because every time I leave it outside, it just gets spooked and chases people around. You've seen how talkative it is, and, you know, my wife gets very scared by Dumpling trampling outside the windows, so we had to, you know, keep it inside where it's under control. I mean, if the Emperor can have a horse as a console, I can have a horse as essentially a decorative ornament, can't I?
I'm not contesting that, sir, and given that I'm the one who has to make the expressions of your wife's surprise when the horse is outside...
You do very well, Cronius.
Thank you, sir. But, I mean, could you not have built a stable and kept it under control in there? Because, I mean, it eats the food, and, you know, I haven't had any meals for 4 days because the horse ate them. Yeah, and he's proud of it too.
That was an eloquent response, I thought. He seemed to be winning the argument very well. Now, look, much as I would love to answer all your questions, we have to get to the town square. The big meeting's about to be in place to decide what happened to the Blackstone, and my son will be returning any minute now.
Sir, don't you think you should maybe have a bath first? You do smell a little bit.
We can't
Without the Blackstone, there can be no bathing. We all know that, but hopefully, if it comes back anytime soon...
And so... we return possibly for the final time, to the forum, where the people are meeting to make the final decision on what happened to the Blackstone, and also to welcome back Governor's son from the wars.
Okay, everybody, now let me be clear about this. 20 years is far too long. Today, this ends. So, anyone who lies to me, anyone who does not give me information I need is going to be very severely punished.
I'd like to point out on behalf of the townspeople that the farrier speaks for us.
Jolly good. Step forward, Mr. Farrier. Where is that stone?
Well, you see, what's happened with the stone per se? Well, has anyone actually ever seen...
Cronius, seize that man.
I've seized him, sir. What do you want me to do now?
I want you to
Stop
make
struggling.
him talk.
I'm talking!
Talk properly. Information. What's the capital of Norway? We want.
N!
We want stuff.
Wise guy, are we? Eh?
Well, yeah, could say that.
I'm educated!
Have you thought of standing for Senate with gags like that? No, look.
Burn him!
Yes!
No!
Yeah,
Tie him to the stake!
I don't represent the people!
It's a well-known fact that the gods demand a sacrifice for the return of our stone. If we
Dumpling.
no longer have water, at least we'll have fire.
Dumpling, save me!
Yeah.
Hello, Daddy.
Oh.
Put that bugle away, son.
You stupid idiot! The vampire's meant to be before you arrive,
Right.
not after.
It's me, Gladius.
Welcome back, son. How was Germany?
It was wunderbar.
What? Oh, he's picked up the lingo, sir. He's picked up the lingo.
I always knew he was a smart lad.
It's quite difficult to pick up lingo from dead Germans. You won't be going back to Britain anytime soon, that's for sure.
excellent. Excellent.
But I think we are missing one thing. We've forgotten the Blackstone, ladies and gentlemen. We need to work out where the Blackstone has gone. We need to... I still maintain it was stolen by a man who wanted to collect Blackstones.
Well, I still think it was the Scots.
Yeah, well, what do you think, Governor? I mean, you're Roman and therefore wiser than the rest of us.
Absolutely. Well, when I look down at this town, I think, what do we learn from God? What can religion tell us about this? And I'm reminded of the judgment of Solomon. Well known that the way to establish the truth in a situation is to cut things in half and see who is unnerved by that circumstance. So, bring me the rock collection of the person and pull them in half. What was your suggestion? Scots. Bring me a Scotsman and pull him in half.
Yes.
Bring me the wall that separates us from the Picts and pull it in half. Whichever of the three of you seems most concerned, that person is the one that stole the Blackstone.
We can't do that. We can't dismantle the wall because then the Picts will be coming in. Even for your ludicrous scenario in where you're going to solve this problem, it's just who's going to stop the Picts if this wall is pulled in half?
He's got a point. He's got a good point.
This is ridiculous. We have.
And I'm sorry, I have to say, I cannot bring a Scot. For the wall stops me from getting over there as much as it stops them from coming over here.
That's an utterly ridiculous point. Look, the Scots are no threat to us. It's our lack of hygiene that's a threat.
No, I'm sorry.
I refuse to accept this.
It's not there.
This
It's
is
just not the
not
case.
things to happen.
Everyone, calm down.
What?
Do you want?
Well, do you not remember when I left 20 years ago?
Yes.
Of course, we all remember. It's such a proud day
There's a
for
big
the city.
party.
I took the Blackstone with me.
What?
Why?
What?
I needed to keep clean.
What?
Germany's a dirty place. It's full of dirty Huns.
I mean, you stole our Blackstone.
I didn't steal it. We had to vote on it.
What? We didn't have a vote on it.
You mean it's not the Scots?
The farrier told me, and he speaks for everyone.
What? Explain yourself, my man.
I just did.
Not you, the farrier. He speaks for everyone. He can speak for himself.
How would my defence be if I pointed out I was only 4 years old 20 years ago?
The child is clearly a servant of the underworld.
No, I'm not.
4 years old, and you can mastermind a plan to steal the Blackstone. It's ridiculous.
Burn him!
Burn him!
But
As a mastermind, why would I be a farrier?
Fortunately, he's already tied to the stake, so Gladius!
burn him, then drown him. Drown him at the same time as burning him.
Very well. Do you have the Blackstone with you?
Yes, I brought it with me.
Where is it?
My wife's carried it.
You got married?
Gladiola!
Ah! Oh yes, you. Why did you take her with you, by the way?
Needed someone to carry the stone, I suppose.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, very well. Return the stone to the pool.
Can I be untied?
No!
Silence,
Shut up!
barrier!
Right. Return the stone to the pool. Everybody, reverent noises.
The cleaners have organised the festival, your governor, as well.
Excellent.
There's going to be bear dancing, bear baiting, and karaoke.
Right. Tie the farrier above the pool, set him on fire, and let the entertainment begin. Let him fall into the pond.
Splash! Oh, look, the water's making funny noises. Joining in the party, everybody! Hey! Yes. Oh.
You know, it's good to have you back, son. I'm so proud you're home. Do you remember your mother?
Yes.
Say hello to your mother.
Hello, mother.
Say hello, Crodius.
Hello from your mother, sir.
Oh, thanks,
Hello.
mother.
Say hello to Dumpling.
Hello, Dumpling. Hey.
That horse gets more eloquent with each utterance, sire. I think there's only, in time-honoured tradition, as of 10 minutes ago, there is only one way in which we can end this little gathering and call to a halt the investigation into the missing Blackstone.
Here, here.
Yeah.
Number one this week. Our town of Blackstone, be thou in the vale, has sheltered us and our ancestors throughout all age.
Hail to thee, O Blackstone!
Here in the town of Blackstone, where all our horses do have shoes.
Hail to thee, O Blackstone! Wherein our bodies find rest, be it in the life or in the grave. Hail to thee, O Blackstone!
Now the Blackstone from our pond has returned, and we have put back the cord. Now we all feel so delighted, like a brand new washing board.
Hail to thee, O Blackstone! So we leave Blackstone for the day. Your improvisers today have been Mr. Rory Cooke, Mr. Matthew Heslop, Mr. Joshua Pink, and Mr. Stephen Hill. We hope you will join us again next time for the next edition of the Blackstone Chronicles.